To the outside world, Kenya is a land of safaris and savanna. But to those in intelligence community, it is something else entirely. It is the fortress of East Africa. It is the shield that holds back the tide of violent extremism threatening to engulf the continent. But still not forged in comfort. It is forged in fire. And the soldiers of the Kenya Defense Forces, the KDF, are subjected to some of the most brutal, sadistic, and scientifically calculated training pipelines on the planet Earth. We are talking about courses designed to break the human mind and rebuild it into a weapon. Only the strongest survive. Most will ring the bell, many will be injured, some will die. Today, we are taking you behind the razor wire. We have uncovered the classified curriculums, the grueling physical standards, and the psychological torture used to select the KDF elites. We will show you how a civilian is turned into a ranger, paratrooper, a commando, and a ghost. This is not a game. This is the 9 toughest military training courses in Kenya. Number 9. The calm before the storm. Before any KDF soldier sets a boot inside Somalia to fight al-Shabaab, they must survive the pre-deployment course. You might think this is just a refresher course. You will be dead wrong. This training is designed to stimulate the absolute worst-case scenarios of modern asymmetric warfare. The instructions here aren't teachings from a textbook. The curriculum is built around one concept: hyperrealism. The centerpiece of this hell is the counter-IED lane. So, in this course, soldiers are subjected to explosions, stimulated casualties with realistic ambushes that last for hours under the blistering sun. If you fail here, you don't just get a bad grade, you get sent home, labeled as a liability who will get his squad killed. At number 8, we strip away the peacekeeping and get down to the blood and guts of warfare. The Infantry Battalion Battle School. This is where the Simba is taught how to hunt. This course isn't about special operations. It's about mastering the brutal art of conventional war. The climax of this training is the platoon and company fire attacks. This is not shooting paper targets. This is maneuvering hundreds of men, live artillery support, and mortar fire, all coordinated in a symphony of destruction. The instructors are looking for aggressive spirits. They want to see who hesitates when the machine gun starts cycling, because in the KDF doctrine, hesitation is death. Number 7 takes us to the intellectual slaughterhouse, the Kenya Military Academy in Lanet. This is where the KDF forges its commanders. It takes 3 grueling years to turn a high school graduate into a second lieutenant. And while the academic load is heavy, a bachelor's degree in military science, the physical reality is a nightmare. The first 6 months are known as the break-in. Cadets are stripped of their identity, they are screamed at, run until they vomit, and forced to endure the famous Lanet mud. They are graded on their ability to think clearly when their body is shutting down. This training mimics the Sandhurst model from the UK, but adapted for the African bush. But by the time they earn their commission and that single star on their shoulder, they have proven they can lead men into the mouth of hell and bring them back alive. Number 6, you have your gun, you have your uniform, but what happens when you are cut off? What happens when the convoy is destroyed, the radio is dead, and you are alone in the enemy territory? Welcome to the Combat Survival and Jungle Warfare Training. This course is psychologically devastating because the enemy isn't human. The enemy is starvation. The enemy is hypothermia. The enemy is your own mind. They are subjected to stress positions and mock interrogations to test their resistance to capture. The KDF knows that al-Shabaab does not take prisoners. This training is the only insurance policy these soldiers have against a fate worse than death. Number 5, we look to the skies. The 20th Parachute Battalion. To be one, you must pass one of the most physically demanding selection courses in Africa. It is modeled directly on the British Parachute Regiment's P Company. It all comes down to the shuffle, a relentless high-speed march over uneven terrain, carrying battle loads. Candidates must complete a 10-miler, a 20-miler, and dreadlock race. If you fall behind, you are out. If you show weakness, you are out. Only after their bodies are broken do they even get to see a parachute. This training produces soldiers who are aggressive, fast, and completely fearless. Number 4, the sea is unforgiving, but the training for the Kenya Navy Marine Commandos is worse. This is a relatively new capability for Kenya, developed with the help of the US Navy SEALs and British Royal Marines. The results, a training pipeline that breaks men into the surf. The attrition rate here rivals any special forces in the world. Recruits endure drown-proofing. Their hands and feet are bound, and they are thrown into deep water. They must bob, float, and swim to survive. Panic means drowning. This creates a soldier who is amphibious, lethal, and mentally indestructible. Number 3, the men in black, the Recce Squadron. This is not military brute force. This is surgical precision drawn from the elite of the General Service Unit, GSU. These men are the Tier 1 law enforcement unit of Kenya. Their training is focused on one thing: close quarters battle. The selection is grueling, but the specialized training is where the magic happens. They spend thousands of hours in the killing house. They fire hundreds of thousands of rounds of ammunition. They train to differentiate between a terrorist and a hostage in a fraction of a second. They master explosive breach, blowing doors off, hinges, and rappelling from helicopters onto the skyscraper roofs. One mistake in training means a dead hostage in the real world. They are the scalpel of Kenya's security apparatus. Number 2, the Hammer, the 40th Ranger Strike Force. If Recce is the scalpel, the Rangers are the sledgehammer, modeled on the US Army Rangers 75th Regiment. This training is designed to produce the premier light infantry shock troops of Africa. The Ranger selection course is a 60-day nightmare of sleep deprivation and physical exhaustion. Candidates conduct raid after raid, night after night. They walk until their feet are bloody stumps, carrying 40-kilogram rucksacks. They are trained in advanced air assault, sliding down ropes from hovering helicopters directly into firefights. The instructors break them down to see if they will quit. Those who remain are bonded by shared suffering. They are the tip of the KDF spear. And finally, Number 1. The training that officially doesn't exist. The Special Forces selection for the 30th Special Forces Regiment and Long Range Surveillance (LRS) units. This is the Tier 1 capability of the Kenya Defence Forces. To even be invited to selection, you must already be the best of the best to pass. You must be superhuman. The physical torture is given, but a self-selection is about the mind. Candidates are subjected to isolation. They are given complex problems to solve while starving and hallucinating from lack of sleep. They undergo training at a level that will break a normal man. They are hunted across vast distances. They must prove they can operate deep behind enemy lines in Somalia with no support, no backup, and no recognition. Most drop out. The bell rings constantly, but the few who walk out on the other side, they are no longer just soldiers. They are the silent professionals, the ones who visit violence upon al-Shabaab in the dead of night. They are the most feared men in East Africa. The strongest armies aren't built in war. They are built in training. The Kenya Defence Forces prove that every day. Subscribe to Mambo Africa for more elite military breakdowns, because knowledge is power and preparation wins wars. See you on our next video.